All right, team. Here we go. We're going to get started in a seated position. So this will be our mobility flow. For those of you that took the hip mobility clinic, this is going to be a full body clinic. So you will see a couple of those exercises that we learned. We're going to start it out by going with a wide stance. You're going to take your left forearm inside your left leg and then reach up and over with that right hand. You're trying to get your body to open up towards the front and reach as far as you can. If you're super flexible, you might even be able to get the toe or the leg. And then as you do this, open that chest up to the front. You want to be feeling this in the back right. So when it comes to mobility, hold it for 3 seconds, come out of it, and then come back down a little deeper. What we're trying to do when we're working on mobility is we're trying to find our end range of motion. Go ahead and let out of it, come back into it. So your body has an earned range of motion, what you have earned your way to get into. Let's go ahead and take the right forearm to the inside of the right thigh and do the other side. Your goal is to find what your end range of motion is and stick it. And find a little bit of strength and tension at that end range. Once you're there, you want to hold for 3 to 5 seconds and then bring it out slightly. Not all the way, just slightly. What this is there's people that have passive strength and there's people that have very good range of motion in that in your own earned range of motion. So passive, I could actually do a little bit further. If I go from here on my own, but if someone were to stretch it, they could go even further. So what we're trying to do is find your end range of motion and squeeze there. Next, take your heels, dig your heels to the ground. You want to have your knees up. What we're going to do is we're going to take one knee inside without letting the glute leave the ground. So if I do this, I can go all the way down with my glute up, but your goal is to only go until that glute can't go anymore. 3 to 5 seconds on that leg, bring it out, and come back in. You should be feeling this on the outside of your glute, hip flexor up top. Yeah. Once you're in the inside and you're holding it, take your body the opposite direction and kind of help with that tension. Good. We're going to go one more time on this side and then we'll switch legs. Great. Other leg. Square up your body. Keep both butt cheeks on the ground. Just rotate. It's a smaller movement here. Open up. Back in. Hold. Finding your range of motion and applying a little tension when you're there. Here's where we're going to start to rotate a little bit. So both legs, you're going to come all the way down. Let that butt cheek leave the ground. And you're going to flow through side by side. When your knee is on the ground, rotate and try to put that butt back down. But only until you find just discomfort, no pain. Protect the knee joints. Protect the hip joints. You'll notice that you can get a little bit of active stretch by rotating your body back to the front. Great. One more time each side. And then we're going to go 90-90. So you're taking your shin bone and you're making it parallel with the front. You're going to take your other leg at a 90 degree. One day we're going to be able to just sit just like this. Most people need to hold themselves up, which is totally normal. What we're going to do is we're going to take our chest, we're going to aim our chest at our knee, at our shin, and then our heel. Cool? Let's go through 3 rounds total. Chest to knee as slowly as you can roll forward. Squeeze, 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 3 to 5 seconds. Bring it back up. Lift the posture, lift the spine to the shin. That's it. And here's the tough one. Chest to heel. Press. You can use your other arm to pull yourself in. How close can you get your chest to that heel? Your forehead towards your toes. And then recover and then go right back to the knee. Let's go 2 more rounds. Knee. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Come back through. Shin. Lift the chest. Hinge from the hip. Squeeze, add a little pressure, and then to that heel. Oh, yeah. If you can get that arm to come across the body, you can feel that lower left back stretch as well. We're trying to loosen up all of that. Back up one more time on this leg. Knee. Yes. Oh, feels so good on this third round. Shin. Last one on this side, heel. Heel, hold, reach, rotate. Oh yeah. And switch. We're going to take that right leg forward, left leg back. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So you'll notice that maybe one side is easier than the other. The other side I can hold myself up. This side I have to use assistance. So we're going to go chest to knee, forward fold, squeeze, feel the glute stretch. You're here applying tension at your in range of motion. Lift back up, shin. Oh, I am tight on this side. And then up and heel, reach, rotate. You can help pulling yourself, working on your glute, working on your low back. Reset, knee, 2 more rolls through. And then we'll start a flow. Shin, oh, yeah. I know our bodies are feeling it. Back to that heel. Oh. Keep those knees at 90 degrees as best as possible. Last roll through. Yes, knee. Oh, man. Shin. And heel. Okay, so this next one, we're going to do the flow for a 90-90 flow. I myself have this map, so I have beautiful 90-degree edges that I can aim at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my front knee where we originally started, and without touching, I'm going to roll through and try to hit that other 90-90. If you need help, you can help with your hands. We're going to roll through. We'll go 10 total, 5 on each side. So sit up tall, find your 90-90. Now keeping your heels planted, you're just going to rotate to the other side. Go ahead and rotate, drop the knees to the floor, set yourself. Good, feel the stretch, and then switch. One day you'll be able to do this without touching your hands to the ground, which takes a lot of work. Yep, flow. You can always, nice, that's it. Good, Sandy. Rotate. I'm on number 6. Feel free to apply some chest to the knee, some chest to the shin when you're there. Whatever feels good. Mobility is all about feeling what is tight on your body, and when you know that you can make yourself get into that range of motion, but it's tight on you today, that's the one you want to work on. You want to add some little pulses. I'm going to go 1 more each side. And when you're back to the front, go ahead and find a tabletop. Fantastic. Oh, those hips are nice and loose. Okay, so tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You're going to take your right hand, reach to the ceiling, your eyes follow your fingertips. Hold at that end range of motion, no bouncing, squeeze, squeeze, and then thread the needle underneath and drop your shoulder to the ground and pull. What you want to do is you want to keep your arm flat to the ground and then pull your body to the right. You should feel this in your lower back, or I'm sorry, your upper right back. Hand down to the sky, reach, eyes follow your hand, thread the needle. So coach is going to be pulling this way towards the camera while his hand stays flat on the ground. To the sky, open up, thumb points back behind you, feel your spine stretch, and then thread the needle. Last time on this side, and then we'll go to the other side. Pull, pull, feel yourself stretching your back muscles. Your shoulder, and then tabletop. Great. Let's go left hand this time. Left hand, open up to the front, thumb behind you, squeeze, feeling the stretch, obliques, low back, and then thread the needle underneath. Back your hand against the ground, pull, pull. Try to rotate your right shoulder to the floor. Try to rotate without moving your left shoulder back. And then up, to the ceiling, yes. I feel a lot looser on this side. Thread the needle. Yep. And then 1 more time on this side. Open up. And thread that needle. Great. All right, team, back up in that tabletop position. You're going to be taking 1 foot out to the side. One knee down on the ground. If you need a pillow, sometimes this is hard on people's knees, you can stack a pillow underneath your knee. We're going to go into our hands to help, and then pushing back into what I call a half floor frog. One day you'll be able to take this leg and take it out and put your foot on the ground. So go ahead and start in tabletop. Push your butt back towards your heels. Squeeze and then switch. From the side, I look like this. Watch my hips. My hips don't dump. They don't dump underneath me. I'm just keeping my back flat, pushing back, squeezing. Feel it on the inner thigh, and a little bit on the glutes. We're going to go 5 flows here on this side. You decide how you feel. Push back, apply tension on the end range of motion. Squeeze, 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 and then relax. Back into it. Oh, if you feel good, you can tap, you can bring your toe to the ceiling, and you can drop into that hamstring a little bit. I always love to play around. There is no wrong if there is no pain. There you go. Oh, that's it. One more time, whatever feels good, and then we'll switch sides. Fantastic. Switch sides. Left leg out. One day you can plant your foot flat on the floor. Some days you can have it up, whatever feels good. Drive those hips back without letting those hips dump underneath of you. Play around with your tempo. Play around with what you feel. Squeeze in at the end range. Now this is obviously an elongated mobility flow, but if you do this for just 5 minutes before you start a workout and you pick a couple of these that you like, the ones that you feel the best, I guarantee you're going to feel an amazing performance increase on your workouts. All right, let's take a quick breather with the hips and just go cat-cow. Tabletop position, tuck your tailbone, lift your back to the ceiling, tuck your chin, and then open up into that cow. Drop your belly to the floor, chin to the ceiling. Squeeze, and do a couple of flows here. Cat to cow. Yes, you're getting that spine to move, to bend in both directions. Coach Rock says I get extra frog points for making cow sounds. Couple more each way. I like to do a couple of body rolls here. So stretch your glutes nice and slow. Bring your hips to the back left, to the back right, closer to your heels. Try to get your glutes to stretch. Let's go back left to back right, and then return. And then we'll go the other direction. Really focus on the muscle stretching here in the glutes. Don't just move the body. Push to where there's a little resistance. Find your end range of motion, and then switch directions. Fantastic. We're going to start getting into a kneeling and standing position after this. Couple more body rolls, stretch those glutes. Oh yeah, it does. All right, team, left leg up in front. In that lunge hurdler, it's called a runner's lunge position. You're going to take your left elbow down towards your left ankle. You're going to kick back into a downward dog. And then switch sides. This is a flow to both sides. So runner's lunge position, same elbow, drop to ankle, press back, downward dog, and flow. That's it. This is a huge stretch for those hip flexors. As you push to downward dog, you can throw in some calf stretches. Lift your hips to the sky. Let's go 10 reps total, 5 each side. And then we'll move into a combat stretch for the ankles. Beautiful, Gilda. That's it, Trisha. Yep. Drop that same elbow as close to that same ankle as you can. Beautiful downward dog, Kristen. Drop. Kick back. Flow. Oh, beautiful. We got some more peaks logging on. Awesome. Oh, it's 10. That's why. All right. Friends, we're going to go for our dynamic warm-up. I ran a little long. We got some people coming on, so great mobility flow. Let's go ahead.